Going on to all my Virgos out there. So the cards that you Virgos have are the Temperance, the Hermit, which is Virgo, the King of Cups, the Seven of Swords, the Knight of Swords. Then you have the Two of Pentacles, the Chariot, the Ace, excuse me, the Knight of Pentacles. Let me show it to you again. The Knight of Wands and the Six of Cups. Oh wow. Okay. So a lot of stuff going on. So what I'm seeing here for the Virgos is the Temperance is about you. Some of you Virgos may have entertained somebody that wasn't necessarily who you thought they were. The Temperance is one of those cards that most definitely it doesn't mean what it looks like, where you see an angel on the card, but in actuality, this angel is just meant to be to appear inviting because it has other things in mind. It doesn't look as what it appears. The actual angel on this card, uh, like I said, the actual angel on this card is not necessarily who it appears to be, if you catch my drift. So the thing is that the Hermit is about um the Hermit is basically about like uh instead of you Virgos deciding to take a step back, right, kind of retreat into your cave, right, decide to be by yourselves, a lot of you Virgos have actually chosen to not let this person really affect you, right? Like you were engaging with someone who wasn't necessarily who you thought they were. And a lot of you Virgos are just letting it roll off of your shoulders. A lot of you Virgos are like, hey, it is what it is. And then the thing is the King of Cups represents you tried to offer them something real, okay? And they obviously didn't think that was sincere, or personally, they didn't think that was important enough. And, they have their own issues. Everyone has their own issues. Everyone has their own problems, right? And like I said before, the Hermit is that a lot of you just didn't take it personally, you know, instead of you making yourself small, a lot of you Virgos essentially just didn't fold up underneath the pressure, and you stayed on your natural routine of how you choose to live your life. You know, the Seven of Swords is about how this relationship that some of you Virgos were on recently, or you may have been getting to know somebody, it wasn't a very equal standing relationship, right? Seven is the number of love, but 7 and 13 are connected at the hip, like I've been saying. So 7 can either represent love happening, right? Or it can be 13, destruction, right? Um, so you have the Seven of Swords, which marks like a boundary line. Certain boundaries were crossed with you Virgos. Some people had very disrespectful ways of carrying on and interacting with you. And, you know, Venus falls in Virgo. So if we're talking about love, right? And I will make a video talking more in depth about love for each zodiac sign. I'm going to give them their own individual video. But what was I saying? So um this person, like I said before, they carry on. Usually people tend to think that, as the Virgo zodiac sign, they're somehow soft or whatever the case may be, and they tend to step over their boundaries, become disrespectful, and then they're in a constant because what it is that they're in competition with Virgos. And any kind of self-respecting Virgo that isn't necessarily in competition with other people, it just looks like a circus show, to be quite honest with you, because because um hold on one second, because my cat wants to be let out. So yeah, as it is, I was saying, um, so they basically underestimated you. They didn't think that you would actually let them go, and you Virgos did that. So the thing is that the Knight of Swords, right? The Knight of Swords is that the way that they were coming at you. Obviously, you're not going to necessarily. Some of you Virgos are not going to let them come back, but a lot of you Virgos are really keeping your door open for other people to come through, better people to come through, who isn't going to, give you this runaround where you got to deal with all this stuff, right? All this other stuff going on. So the Two of Pentacles is that, again, a lot of you Virgos know what it is that you're looking for. A lot of you Virgos see, because it's not that Virgos can't get themselves into a relationship. Remember, Venus falls here. So Venus is about love. So Virgo is critical because it's not into the illusion of, or I should say, yes, the illusion, but the rose-colored glasses that most people put on when they say that they're in love. So the thing about Virgo is that it's Virgo, Venus in Virgo, or Virgo, Capricorn, Aries, and Scorpio is actually, when it comes to Venus, is actually the exaltation. It's just that all the other zodiac signs, they have Venus accelerated, but Venus isn't necessary, which is love. Venus isn't necessarily what it's cut out to be, especially in this society, because you have a lot of people who essentially have missed the point in the first place. So what am I saying? I'm saying that the Chariot is the card that's next. The Chariot represents how, so you're just kind of seeing or observing, right? You're watching at how, love has, what most people, the whole concept of love, what most people have considered love to be, quote unquote, if you can call it that. That's why I keep putting it in quotations, is because this modern day context of what most people consider love to be is not even real, right? It so a lot of you Virgos have watched how what real love is at all as is halted. It's stopped to where you see a lot of people trying to finesse, right? A lot of people trying to con or get one over on the other person, right? With the cop and blow, get as much as they possibly can out of somebody or whatever, right? And run off like a thief in the night without the person even knowing it, right? So the thing is that the Knight of Pentacles is about how, a lot of you Virgos are pretty much on point with this. So a lot of you Virgos understand what love is. It's just that it's just a situation where, you Virgos have pretty much met a lot of really people who are way off, fronting to be something that they are not. And the things that the Knight of Wands is that, and they think of you as being weak, but the Knight of Wands, it also represents you in the sense that you're very much so on point. A lot of these cards don't really have other people on them. This is right now you Virgos being single currently in the situation, just observing and learning things about yourself, right? Or reiterating values that you have internally that other people, I don't even know why. Because a lot of times too, one thing that I notice about people when they interact with Virgos is Virgos will tell them that they have inner value, right? Or Virgos will show that they're not punks. And for, I don't know what it is, but well, I do know what it is, but for some odd reason, people with their own issues, they're not listening. They're not paying attention to the fact that, you know, Virgos is one of the most hardcore, one of the hardest group of people on earth. Facts. Mike Tyson, who is a Cancer crab, Mike Tyson said himself that he met Michael Jackson, and Mike Tyson was like, Michael Jackson, he said it himself. And I could show you the video if you want me to. Mike Tyson said when he met Michael Jackson was one of the hardest people he's ever met. And Michael Jackson is a Virgo. So people get deluded with whatever kind of perception that they want to imprint on us, and they delude themselves. They have to, they can't, they have problems understanding that, hey, Virgo's got their own ecosystem going on. Like, you need to really stop being in la la land and really respect that. You don't necessarily have to agree with it, but you do have to respect it. But then the thing is that you have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is that expect to hear from this person again. Either you're going to reach out to them or they're going to reach out to you. But more than likely, the Virgo is not going to reach out, right? More than likely. I'm not saying absolutely they won't. So let's clarify the Six of Cups. All right. So we have the Ten of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords. So the Ten of Swords is that, yeah, a lot of you Virgos got to go through a lot of betrayal because people don't know how to act. They start acting like they don't have any kind of common sense. They just, all over the place. They way off. But the Ten of Swords represent here that you're not finished, right? You're not finished. You shouldn't be finished with your love life, entirely, to where you're closed-minded and, you're not going to let anyone in ever. What it's saying here is that, miraculously throughout all the BS, the Virgos, a lot of y'all are still open to change and all of that. The Four of Pentacles is that you just not going to let anybody come in, disrespect, and be disrespectful and, pick a fight with you that you didn't even start, but because they got, serious issues, serious internal issues that they won't deal with and all that stuff, it is what it is. You're not going to let anybody scapegoat you. And then the things that the Queen of Swords represent, how you ready for anybody. But just keep this in mind, Virgo, that, since we're clarifying the Six of Cups, if this person decides to come back, you don't have to jump down this person's throat, right? You don't have to tell this person off and be super disrespectful. You don't have to get disrespectful at all. If this person reaches out to you on a cell phone, you don't even have to text this person. You don't even have to call this person back. You don't have to return the courtesy. You could literally decide to delete the text message and keep it pushing with their life, or with your life. If this person sees you in the street, you can choose to, meanwhile you're looking at them or you're keeping an eye on them as you walk off, because I don't think you should really, walk off blindly to a person who has become an enemy, right? You always want to keep eyes in the back of your head, if you know what I mean. Keep your head on the swivel. But the point is that you don't have to engage with them. You could very much so decide to walk off respectfully and keep it pushing, but that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. If you'd like to contact me for a personal reading, my email address is Kareemspiritworks@yahoo.com. If you'd like to contact me for a personal reading, my website, the link to my website is in the description box, as well as the comment section below. And if you'd like to purchase my book that I created myself, I am the author, too. The link to that is in the description and the comment section below, as well as the link to my website. So that's it. Peace.